Starting next month, nearly 40 million households across the country will be eligible to get child tax credits that passed as part of the American Rescue Plan. The credit will give families making less than $150,000 a year $3,000 per child, or $3,600 if the child is under 6 years old. White House Deputy Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre is here to break this down for us. Karine, thanks so much for being here. Tell me a little bit about how the administration is expecting this credit to impact American families and the economy more broadly.
Hello, Diane. Thank you so much for having me here today. So the child tax credit is such a critical component element of the American Rescue Plan, which was a historic plan that the president that was passed and the president signed just a few months ago. And the way we see the child tax credit, it is giving relief, much needed relief, to nearly all American families. And one of the things that is, I think, quite critical and important that you'll see from the child tax credit, it will cut child poverty by 50%. And when we're in this pandemic, coming out of this pandemic, dealing with an economic downturn, the president wanted to make sure when we think about the American Rescue Plan to meet the moment, and that's what this child tax credit does. And not only that, I mean, if you think about this summer, if you think about how families are still trying to figure out how to put food on their table, pay rent. Also, some families really want to try and make sure this summer that they have activities for their kids, or be able to buy some supplies for schools. This is the relief and the help that the child tax credit will be able to do for families across the country.
Some Republicans and analysts have criticized the structure of the child tax credit, that is not linked to working, because they say as is it will disincentivize parents from seeking work and could reduce the number of two-parent households. So their argument is that in the long run it actually won't help child poverty. What's your response to that?
Well, that's not what the experts say. The experts say in the long run, as you look at this child tax credit, it will indeed cut poverty by half when it comes to children, child poverty. So that's what the experts say. And here's the thing, as I was saying, this is an opportunity that where the president wanted to meet the moment, and meet the families where they are, and make sure that they have the needs that they need. And so you were talking about at the top, where we're talking about households that are making up to $150,000. That's couples, and head of households that are making $112,500. So this is the real help. If you think about children, if you're a family that have kids 6 years and under, that's that's going to be some much needed help of $300 a month. If you think about families that have kids 6 years old to 17, that's $250 a month. I mean, this is real needs that we're seeing. If you think about how more than 2 million women left the workforce this past year because of the pandemic. This is the type of need that the president understands is critical at this moment as families and parents are trying to get back on their feet.
All right, I want to turn to voting rights now, because the Senate is set to vote on the For the People Act tomorrow. Now, moderate Democrat Senator Joe Manchin put forward some revisions to the bill, including a voter ID requirement that would include things like utility bills. He seems to have his party's support, but still not enough support from Republicans to break a filibuster. So what's the administration going to do if the Senate doesn't move this legislation forward tomorrow?
Well, let me first say that we are encouraged by what we're seeing. This kind of movement on voting rights. Look, it's an incremental step. We've heard Stacey Abrams, who is a fighter for voting rights and who has led that not just in Georgia but across the country. We've heard that from many Democrats. Senator Manchin is trying to bring bipartisanship when it comes to voting rights, and we encourage that. And so, as you know, the president not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago, has asked the Vice President Harris, to lead this effort on voting rights. So you'll see much more to come from the White House. But as you can imagine, we continue to support the efforts, and we're encouraged by what we're seeing.
And Iran has a new president-elect, Ibrahim Raisi. Diplomats are already expressing some concern that this could complicate the return to the Iran nuclear agreement. He's set to be inaugurated in August. He has already said today that he will not meet with President Biden. So how is the president planning to handle that?
Well, first, let me just say we just ended a session, the European Union just ended a session in Vienna just past weekend to continue that conversation on the Iran deal. That is going to continue to happen. We are working towards that. That is our focus. That's been on our focus since day one of our administration, and that's what we're zeroing in on right now.
So is the administration worried at all about this? Are you trying to get this done by August?
No, we're focused on it. We've seen some progress, and we're gonna just stay ahead, be laser focused on what it is that we need to do is make sure that we have an Iran deal and what we're bringing the right people to the table. We're thankful for the the different sessions that have occurred in Vienna, and those will continue. We don't have a date set yet or to announce on when the 7th session is going to happen, and that's going to be our focus. And we have seen, so we have seen some progress there, and we're just going to continue with that effort.
And Karine, as we close out Pride Month, I know you made history last month, becoming the first openly gay spokeswoman to take the podium in a formal briefing at the White House. You were also only the second black woman to do so. What's the significance to you of holding this space in history?
Well, here's the thing. I said this the day that I briefed, and I truly believed it, which is, the podium, the briefing room, the White House is not about one person. It's about the American people. And to be quite honest, it's an honor to be doing this job, to be speaking and communicating with reporters like yourself and the American people in a truthful way. And I would not have been behind that podium if it wasn't for this President Biden, who believes that representation matters. And when you believe representation matters, you see all the voices or different diversities in an administration, and that's what we're seeing. This is the most diverse administration ever, and it makes me incredibly proud to be working for this president, and also to just be doing this job that I love.
All right, White House Deputy Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diane. Appreciate the time.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.